An important element that should not be overlooked in the consideration of implementing IFRS 17 is the transition from the current reporting to the new standard. Companies will need to make a decision on the choice of the transition methodology. Some key factors feeding into this decision are the nature of the contracts held, the availability of the data, and the use of hindsight. The default approach of the standard is for companies to apply a fully retrospective approach to all groups of contracts, which means assessing each group and cohort of contracts as at inception and tracking the CSM at each valuation date up to the transition date. Obviously, this will require a significant amount of historic data and assumptions. Therefore, we envisage transition to be more challenging for older companies and also more of an issue for life companies than for non-life companies. If the full retrospective approach is not practical, which is to say the entity cannot apply it after making every reasonable effort to do so, then the entity has the option to use either the modified retrospective approach or the fair value approach. The object of the modified retrospective approach is to approximate the full retrospective approach using some simplifications and approximations based on reasonable and supportable information that is available without incurring undue cost. Under the fair value approach, the CSM is determined as a difference between the fair value of a group of insurance contracts and its fulfillment cash flows at the transition date. A key feature of both these approaches is that there is no requirement to divide the groups of contracts into annual cohorts unless the insurer has reasonable and supportable information to justify the divisions. This should help make the data requirements more achievable. However, the disclosures using these simplified approaches will potentially be more onerous, as any approximations and judgments that are taken will need to be explained, not just at transition, but also continuing into the future.